Good evening, Niner fans. We are basically a day away, actually less than a day away, because the draft will have started at 5 o'clock p.m. Pacific tomorrow. It's 5:17 over here in these neck of the woods. So we're less than 24 hours from the NFL draft. Let's talk about it. We got some news to talk about. We got some George Kittle news today to talk about. And, Deanna Rossini, she is losing credibility as we speak. I got a lot to say about this because obviously Rossini, she puts out a lot of content. She has her little podcast. She's definitely she's doing it for the clicks. I mean, I get it. She has some news and stuff, but I don't really think that you have people blowing up Deanna Rossini's phone saying, "Hey, I got this news I need you to put out there. I need you to report it. Need to break the news." She's digging around. She's snooping around and trying to get clicks. But today, George Kittle he put her in her. It was bad. We'll talk about that. We'll also talk about the draft. How's everybody doing? Happy Wednesday. Let's see. My man Throwback says, "Let's go." He says, "I hope your sources are wrong." Not my sources. Let me tell you, I talked to some sources today, and I have a clear picture of what's going on. But Deanna Rossini, she doesn't. And I don't know, man. I hate using her news from now on. I might not ever post her again. We'll see. Tej Beats is the draft. What's good, Raj? Steven Reynolds. What's up, Carl Thomas? Per me, that was funny. Yeah, that was good. What's up, Christine Workman? What's up, Danny? What's up, Sahaj? Warriors playing tonight? Yeah, I know. I got the cap on. We waiting for the game. Raymond says the media says anything nowadays, anything for the clicks, baby. It's smoke season. Leon Sandcastle, he says, "Hey, Raj, if Graham drops to 11, would you rather run the card in or call Harbaugh and see if you can get a king's ransom to trade back?" Trading back and get a king's ransom would be very, very intriguing. I wouldn't hate it, but man, if Mason Graham falls to 11, that's like a can't miss pick. You got to turn the card in. You got to take a guy like that. That's, to me, a blue chipper, a starter, a potential Pro Bowl player on your D-line. I don't know. I mean, yes, you can get a king's ransom and maybe trade back and get like a Harmon and, a couple other guys. But, man, Mason Graham, if he falls to 11, he's a top 5 projected pick. You'd be crazy not to draft him, I feel like. So if, push comes to shove, if I was in that position, I would take the card and send it in to Roger Goodell and say, "This is the pick, Mason Graham at 11. Are you kidding me?" Woo! Man, let's go. Tej Beats a Lakers fan. No comment. Raj, it's Juice's birthday. Happy birthday, Juice. He's also a Taurus like me, like me. My birthday's on the 21st. His birthday's today on the 23rd. Happy birthday, Juice. We're 2 days apart. You love to see it. Who are we picking at 11? Are we trading up, trading down? You've heard it all. We've heard people say, trade up, we're trading down, we're trading up, we're trading down. We got Jordan Schultz today say, keep an eye on the Niners. You got John Lynch said yesterday saying, probably not going to trade up because everyone wants to trade back. It's all smoke. I think if they do trade, it's back. I think the 49ers at 11 are taking Walter Nolan. That is my pick to click. Walter Nolan, pick 11, 49ers. He already follows me on Instagram, so it'd be great to see Walter Nolan in the red and gold. He'd probably share all my content, and I would love to see it. But no, not just because of that. Yeah, it's cool. Good player. They need a big-time presence in the middle. They need to be able to stop the run. Robert Saleh likes, big guys up front, like Quinton Williams. He had DJ Jones before when he was with the Niners. You get Chris Kasurik, a really good defensive lineman, defensive tackle on the interior side. And I feel like they've really been lacking. Armstead left. Hargrave was hurt last year, and he's gone. Even when DJ Jones left, that's a big miss. So I think defensive tackle is the pick to click here, and I think it's going to be Walter Nolan at 11. If I had to guess, if I had to make a prediction, which I'm doing right now, this is my final prediction, I'm saying it's Walter Nolan. You have people all over the board. You got Mr. Matt Mayoko saying it's going to be Shamar Stewart. This man hasn't been right all offseason. He says we were going to get XYZ in free agency. XYZ did not come to the 49ers. Now, he may be right with Shamar Stewart. A lot of people are picking him to the Niners. It's a mock, very popular mock to the Niners. But also people are mocking basically everybody to the Niners. You got Will Johnson. You got Kelvin Banks. Like every player that you think could go to the Niners has been mocked to the Niners. And nobody knows what's going on. This is actually the pick that really nobody knows who the heck the Niners are going to pick. It's pretty nice. They could pull the wool and go with someone that nobody's expecting. Everybody's expecting Shamar Stewart. People are expecting Walter Nolan like myself. People are expecting Kelvin Banks. It's probably going to be a guy that not a single one of us are thinking. Last year, did we think Ricky Pearsall was going to be the guy? No. Didn't even meet with them on a 30 visit, right? Mike McGlinchey, he never had a 30 visit with the 49ers. The 49ers sometimes do things that we have no clue. They are looking at tape. They're looking at production. They're looking at a lot of things, a lot of intangibles. And sometimes they don't go with the guy that we all think. Like we thought it was Justin Fields at 3 several years ago. Trey Lance. You know what I mean? Like the 49ers are a hard team to read, especially during the draft. I think the only one that was probably a very easy one to read was Nick Bosa. Like that was a can't miss pick. How are you not picking Nick Bosa at number 2? Right? Unless you were like me and you were riding the wave of Josh Allen. But other than that, I mean, you pretty much had the assumption. You pretty much knew it was going to be Nick Bosa. I mean, there were some people that thought it was going to be Quinton Williams, you know, but at the end of the day, we all knew it was going to be Nick Bosa that year. You know, so, but the 49ers, other than that, it's just hard to read these guys in the first row. Solomon Thomas, the hell thought it was going to be Solomon Thomas. You know, I thought it was going to be Christian McCaffrey, to be honest with you. I wish they would have got a quarterback. We all know past on Mahomes and Watson, Deshaun Watson. That's another guy. I was like, maybe the Niners go Deshaun Watson. The year they took McGlinchey, I thought maybe they go Minkah Fitzpatrick. Like there was so many picks that people have picked for the Niners. Like they said, oh, it's going to be this Mel Kiper, you know, Daniel Jeremiah. All these people project. They do all their, you know, fantasy drafts, their mock drafts. They make a living out of doing it, and they make a living out of getting it absolutely wrong for the 49ers. Like it's usually never right. So we'll see. I mean, Mayoko, Mel Kiper, all of these people have these draft predictions, and not a single one of them has really been right over the last couple of years. So if I had to guess, though, I'm going to say it's Walter Nolan. It's my pick. Oh, I wouldn't mind if we trade down as well. Steven Reynolds, his birthday's on May 5th. Happy early birthday. Cinco de Mayo. Cinco de Mayo. Cinco de Steven is what that is, baby. Jahad Barron. Yeah, he could be the pick too. Like, not a lot of people are saying Barron until recently. Like, I saw a lot of people mocking him to the Niners now because he might be the best available cornerback at the time at the draft. It's like, you know, sometimes Niners might be at that position in the 11th spot, that kind of that sweet spot. You just take the best available talent, and Jahad Barron might be the best available talent at 11. So you don't reach, you just take the best talent. So it could go so many ways. Oh, it's so many ways, right? If we trade down, who do we draft? We might still be able to get Walter Nolan. He may not have to take him at 11. You might get Derek Harmon. You might get Kenneth Grant. You might be able to get those guys. You might even be able to get Shamar Stewart later if you trade down. So, I mean, there's a lot. Mike Green, although there's character issues, and I have not heard the 49ers being linked at all to Mike Green, but he might be the pick, right? Because we're all expecting the 49ers to pick, right? Shamar Stewart, Nolan, all these. Like I said, they might pick a guy that nobody's even talking. Nobody's talking about Mike Green to the Niners. Nobody's talking about Mike Green to the Niners. That might be the guy they get. But again, there's character issues. Would they risk it on a character issue guy? I don't know. But I'll tell you this. Whoever the 49ers don't get and slides, there's going to be a guy like Shamar Stewart, Walter Nolan, you know, Mike Green. So one of those guys is going to slide down to the damn Eagles, and they're going to get them. And it's going to be like, how do we keep letting them get away with this? Nobody's taking these guys because they think there's an issue, and they go to the Eagles, and then they're going to be great. So at the end of the day, whoever the 49ers don't take, I'm pretty sure that the Eagles will be all over, and that's going to be annoying. So Jeremiah mocked us a guard with the 11th pick. Yeah, see, come on, man. A guard? You think the Niners are really taking a guard at 11? They need defensive linemen more than a guard. That's what I'm saying. Like, these guys, they'll sit there and just mock everybody to the Niners. I'm sure the guard is good. 49ers will not take a guard at 11. If they do, I'm pretty damn sure everybody's going to be upset. Is it the North Dakota Bison? I haven't seen his mock yet. I just saw Ian Rappaport tweet like 5 minutes before I hopped on here, Daniel Jeremiah's final mock draft. So I haven't looked at it, but I know he's high on that the North Dakota offensive guard. So we'll see. FCS guy. Come on. Gray Zabel. Yeah, the FCS guy. Come on. You think they're taking an FCS guy at pick 11? Come on. A guard? No less. That's not a franchise player. Like, we need a guard. 100% they need a guard. Niners need a guard, but that's not your first round home run gem of a pick. If they do that tomorrow, people are going to be very upset. 49ers throwback says, I think we're getting Walter Nolan. Book it. Let's book it. I think you're right. I think I know. LMAO. I thought that's crazy. That's actually crazy, Raymond. An FCS guard at 11. If the 49ers draft that pick tomorrow, I'm sure he's good. I'm sure he's a good player. Gray Zabel is good. I've seen him. He's a great player. If they pick that damn pick, they're going to get so roasted tomorrow. Niner fans are going to be, I'm going to get roasted for posting. You don't even want to, just go to my comment section tomorrow. You'll see if they draft him. It's going to be brutal. It's going to be quite brutal tomorrow. Yeah, we already tried the FCS. Trey Lance. Let's see how that works. I'm pretty sure Gray Zabel will be good, but it's a whole different competition, FCS to NFL. I'd be upset with that. Niner fans will lose their mind, says Christine Workman. They will lose their absolute mind. Will lose their mind. Come on. Don't do it. Don't do it. But that's the thing. You see all these people every week. It's a different pick. Like I made a comment somewhere. I think Coach Yak tweeted the other day. Brian Baldinger is like, he thinks the Niners should draft it. Every single day I see Brian Balder, Niners should draft him. The Niners, pick a damn player and stick with it. You change your mind like I changed my shirt. Like that's the thing. These guys go. I mean, that's the fun thing about mocks is you can like fantasy draft and you can change them. Oh, what would the Niners look like if it's this? But at some point, you could do about 50 mocks and it just gets boring. It's just like, all right, let me see who the damn team's drafting. You know, that's the way I look at it. I used to love mock drafts. I used to be all into looking at all that stuff and grinding and college football content. It was fun. But at some point, it's like, oh my God, everybody's posting the same thing. Who are we drafting? Make your predictions. If it's Walter Nolan, what's your reaction to be? If it's Shamar Stewart, what's your reaction to be? It's all the same. Let's wait and see until all the chips fall tomorrow. We're almost there. We're almost there. I can't wait. Me and Smitty didn't get finished on the draft. Yeah, maybe we'll do one tonight. I don't know. I got to watch the Warriors game tonight. We'll see if he's up to it. We got Pooney in the third round. I'm good with waiting. Yeah, I mean, the 49ers probably will get another starting guard. I know Ben Barch is there, and I know people are going to say, well, we got Ben Barch. Problem is he's never been healthy throughout his career. Like he's talented. But we can't bank on him to be a starting guard. They need to get a guard that's a starter, and that's going to be able to be a fixture on this O-line for several years to come, at least 4 years, just like Dominic Pooney. And I think they can get another one in the third round. This is a pretty solid draft class with guards, so I'm not too worried. And again, I know a lot of you guys are saying the 49ers would trade back. Maybe they trade back and they can add another draft pick and get a guard. You know what I mean? So Leon says, I'm a sicko. I start mocks in October just to know all the players. Seeing board shift is so fun. I mean, that is true. To see the board shift, like Mike Green in October wasn't as high as he is now, right? And then the combine comes and the pro days come, and it's like the risers come. So that is kind of cool to see, like to see the actual progression. And if you're following that, if like you're following the progression of a draft board, it is pretty interesting to see. It is pretty dope. But you are a sicko, Leon, for starting your mock drafts in October. That's absolutely crazy work. October season's barely started by that point. That's a little crazy work. But it is fun to see the progression because a guy like Shamar Stewart, before the combine, he was not a first-round pick. Probably not a first-round pick. Now he's, consensus, probably a top 15, top 20 pick because of that combine. He was a combine absolute warrior. Tore it up. And he's like, whoa, how? Holy smokes. You know what I mean? So it is cool to see, how far players rise after a season, after a pro day, after the combine and stuff. Senior Bowl. It's pretty cool to like track that. But starting a mock draft in October definitely is crazy. So, so that's the draft. We're all excited. I think we all have our draft crushes at this point. We're all excited. You've heard every single opinion ad nauseum. I'm not going to sit here and beat that over the head. You've probably seen every post, every mock draft, every scenario, every trade scenario. We're not going to do that because we've literally seen it all. And at this point, none of that stuff matters. It doesn't matter who Jeremiah thinks. It doesn't matter who Mel Kiper thinks. It doesn't matter what Matt Maiocco thinks. It doesn't matter what I think because tomorrow we're going to actually find out who the damn player is going to be. So the next big topic we got to get to, this is actually the real kind of news of the day. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about George Kittle. George Kittle, the people's tight end, the greatest tight end in the NFL, the best. This guy's dog, man. So I'm sure you guys have seen all the tea that dropped out today. So this was it. We posted this earlier. on Instagram. It blew up, obviously. 49ers tight end George Kittle reportedly wants to become the highest paid tight end in the league, which would mean surpassing the 4-year, $76 million deal Trey McBride signed recently, according to Deanna Rossini. Rossini noted that no trade request has been made, but other teams are keeping an eye on the situation between Kittle and the 49ers. George Kittle, thank you. He came on to the post and said her source is wrong. He also went on Twitter and he says your source is wrong. So he basically community noted, ratioed, whatever you want to call it. He called her ass out and says, you are wrong. You are not spitting facts. This is false. This is fake news. And there was also a part of the tweet that she had, which is not combined on that post, that says that he's missing the start of the offseason program because of contractual reasons, because he's working on a contract. It's all false. All that stuff is fake tea. It's all false. I'm sure he wants to get paid pretty highly, right? That's probably not, false. But the fact that she's saying that he's missing training camp or the OTAs because of contract, first off, they're voluntary. Second off, he was in WrestleMania weekend. He's been probably having a bender. He's probably been having a great old time, partying and relaxing and getting his mind right. He's been training with Brock Purdy and, on his own accord. He has his own gym. He has his own football field. George Kittle's making sure he's staying ready for the season. But to sit here and say all these things per his source, he's not coming to training camp because he's got a contract. Oh, he wants to be the highest paid. George Kittle just ratioed her to death. That was amazing. From the man himself. And now there's a community note on her initial tweet. There's a community note on her initial tweet that says George Kittle basically said she's false. Per George Kittle, this is fake news. Let me pull it up. Let me go to her Twitter, unless she's blocked me already. I don't know, because I called her ass out again. Deanna Rossini. This is what she said. Hold on, where's George Kittle? Let me scroll down to the beginning. So there's a community note. It says, per George Kittle himself, her sources are incorrect. Her sources are incorrect. This is the community note because George Kittle came over the top and he basically says your source is incorrect. And she basically got shut down by George Kittle. Now, what's even crazier is Deanna Rossini, about an hour ago, maybe an hour and 15 minutes ago at this point, about an hour or so ago, she's got her little podcast. She talks with Chase Daniel, her co-host. She had the nerve to say that George Kittle basically lied to her. She's basically saying, yeah, my source was correct. I did some digging. She said, I did some digging. We're going to post the video. She goes, I did some digging on George Kittle negotiations. From what I was told, this boils down to a matter of semantics and whether or not Kittle sticks to his original ask. She doubled down and basically said, yeah, George Kittle's wrong. Let me play the video. I couldn't believe at this. Just take the L. Just take the L. Your source was wrong because George Kittle is his own self. Per himself, he said, per myself, per me. And she has the audacity to try to tell Kittle that my source is right, not George Kittle. You're literally speaking to the man you're reporting about. Let's play the video. Roll the clip.
George Kittle and the San Francisco 49ers are in the middle of this negotiation. We know that Kittle wasn't there for OTAs. And from what I was told, it has to do with this contract. He wants to be the highest paid tight end in the NFL, I was told. In fact, many around the league know about this, that he wants to make about $20 million a year. Ooh. So, Chase, I reported that today. And Kittle, who's one of the nicest people in football, responded that my sources were wrong, right? So that was one of those situations where I immediately had to go dig on it then. Like, wait, did someone give me bad info? And there was just so many people sharing about this that I knew it wasn't wrong, and it's not wrong. It really comes down to semantics, okay? Yeah. Because when you take a look at the Trey McBride deal, it was 4 years, $76 million. Just a few months ago, Arizona did that deal, right? Making him the highest paid tight end. Well, the San Francisco 49ers made an offer to Kittle that in guaranteed money essentially made him the highest paid tight end, but it still was less than that Trey McBride contract. Yeah. So it really comes down to these small details. And in my opinion, it's really not about that. It's more about, are they going to be able to come to an agreement? Because right now there's no deal and this isn't done at this point. So, while I'm sure George is mad that it's out there, the truth of the matter is he wants to be paid. And I think he knows that maybe perhaps the San Francisco 49ers aren't willing to go that high.
So let me summarize here. Then George Kittle wanted to be the highest paid tight end in the league, but the Niners aren't likely going to do that. They aren't going to top the Trey McBride deal, but it's going to be close. But that doesn't mean the two sides can't come to an agreement. Is that right? Something?
That's exactly it.
Part of the negotiation, right? Like,
this is all negotiation tactics, right? And look, I think they'll come. They're going to probably meet in the middle on this thing.
She doesn't know what she's talking about. I can't believe this. He did basically say you're wrong. Whatever she wants to sit there and conjure up, she's wrong. Like, he's not missing training camp or OTAs. OTAs. He's not missing the off-season program because of contract. He just was out of town. Also, he doesn't usually show up to these early parts of the off-season program. John Lynch said this yesterday. He's fine. They've communicated. He Now, the whole contract situation, does he want to get paid the highest? Maybe, but, the contract that he did was several years ago. Of course, the market changes. He worked his ass off last year. Also, I don't think she understands that Parag Marab, he's not only working with the Brock Purdy contract, the Fred Warner contract, now the George Kittle contract, also Leeds United. He's a chief operator of their soccer team, 49er Enterprises. They bought another soccer team. He has 2 soccer teams that he runs, and he's doing the contract stuff. I'm sure he has some assistants or people in the front office that help him with these things. I don't want to know. I don't want to tell you too much, but the way I've read into it, the way I see it is maybe Parag directly isn't dealing with the George Kittle contract, and he's letting, one of his assistant deal with it. Maybe he's not up to par with Parag. Parag, as many people want to slam on him, he gets these done. The players understand, it takes time. And also, again, there's a Brock Purdy, there's a Fred Warner, and a George Kittle contract all being done at the same time. George Kittle, Fred Warner, and Brock Purdy all have to get paid. The 49ers are trying to take care of 3 major contracts in one time. So it's going to take a little time. They got to figure out all the deals, all the money. The agent's going to talk. It's a slow play. She's really making this more negative, more toxic than it has to be. And again, Kittle basically says you're wrong. And she came over the top to prove herself, whatever. She wants to make sure she's not. She just wants to make herself look right. She's wrong. Take the L, Deanna. She just has a lot of bad news a lot of times. She's not right a lot of the times. So that's it. That's her. I don't know. I was a little irritated with that. I was very irritated that she doubled down that, Kittle's basically he's wrong. You think George Kittle is going to come and tweet on your page? He's going to post on my Instagram page after the news came out. He's trying to tell you guys, he's wrong. She's wrong. I can't believe it. I can't believe she doubled down on that. I can't believe it. I can't believe it. I can't believe it. Deanna Rossini, unbelievable. I don't know, man. I can't deal with it anymore. She's been so wrong for so many reports, but she keeps going, because she's got to get her clicks out there. No disrespect. I respect the grind and everything, but it comes to a point. Like that whole situation, you were just proven wrong. Like the player himself told you you're wrong. Just deal with it. Deal with it. Double down. Yeah, she doubled down. If you saw the video we just played, she doubled down. I can't believe it. Unbelievable. It's crazy to me. It's crazy to me that she would do that. I don't know. Well, what do you gain out of that? I mean, to me, I know she's probably thinking that it's going to make her look better. I dig deep. My sources told me this, that. To me, it makes you look weaker. To me, it makes you look worse. The fact that you're doubling down after you just got ratioed by the player himself is huge. And let's take a look at the comments. MSQ says JPA Football literally posted that report a few minutes after you said Kittle said otherwise. I know, I saw that. Instagram posts, people, the aggregators, they posted the George Kittle news late because they were late to it. And by the time they had posted that, George Kittle already came on to my page. He already came on to Twitter and refuted it. He really basically shut it down. And it's funny because people don't realize that George Kittle specifically went on social media to make sure people aren't seeing this fake news. But then people are going to see it. They don't always see what Kittle wrote, what I posted out there. Hopefully they do. Hopefully more accounts will post what Kittle posted, because that's the truth. That's what Kittle wants people to know, the truth. You know, she is failing in 4K, says J49. Failing in 4K. JD Durham says Quincy crossed the line as much. It says once you cross the line the first time, it's much easier the second time, I guess. Sahaj says, do you still watch WWE? Yeah, WrestleMania. Did you not watch WrestleMania? Did you watch Monday Night After Mania? It's one of the best Monday Nights After Mania of all time. But we're not here to talk about WWE. But yes, I do. I just can't believe Deanna Rossini did that. I mean, why can't I? Actually, I do believe it. I do believe it because she's I don't know, man. She's just not the greatest. She tries to get stories out before other people, and then she says she snoops around. I think a lot of it is just assumptions, but people take her assumptions as fact because she has been right in the past. She is, you know, a big credential writer for The Athletic, so she gets a lot of, you know, support from a lot of the platforms, and it's okay to say that she's wrong. Leon says, I think they're arguing different points. Kittle says the contract isn't why he's not there because he is never there at this point. And she is arguing that the contract isn't agreed to. Yeah, I think there also is a disconnect in what she's trying to say and what he's trying to say is not true because part of her tweet, right, said that, let me read the tweet. So part of her tweet, her original tweet, basically said, where's it at? That he wasn't showing up because of the contract. That's what her major part. So it says George Kittle's absence from OTAs is contract related, and the two sides remain far apart. So that could be what he's refuting. But on the picture of the actual image of what she posted, the image that she used, it says, like the headline says, Kittle wants to become the NFL's highest paid tight end per a source. But then on the tweet of that promotes the article says this. It says George Kittle's absence is contract related. Sources say, and the two sides remain far apart. So he's basically said, yeah, her sources are incorrect. That's what he says. Your source is incorrect. So whatever her source is, you know, she says that his absence is contract related, and he wants to become the highest paid tight end. So he could be basically saying all of it's false. You know, she's basically saying, yeah, whatever I told you was true. So Kittle's just saying, look, whatever you presented on social media was wrong. He went on my page, and I posted the part about the money, and that's when he said, yeah, her source is wrong. So the way I look at it is he's probably refuting the whole, like, yeah, okay, I do want to get paid, but you don't know how much I'm asking for. But also, too, I do think he's trying to make it a point of saying, look, dude, I'm not just missing OTAs because of the contract. There's other reasons. He was literally in Vegas all weekend. I'm sure he needs to kind of calm down from that. But George Kittle, no matter what, I'm standing behind George Kittle no matter what. Whatever Deanna Rossini is trying to poison us with, whatever she's trying to poison the well with, I'm standing behind George Kittle no matter what. You guys see the movie Draft Day. George Kittle, no matter what. I'm going to write it on the envelope. I'm going to turn it into Goddell. I'm going to put George Kittle no matter what, man. That's it. I'm tired of Deanna Rossini. I just can't believe she doubled down. That made me really upset. So the last thing here, let's go over Daniel Jeremiah's final mock draft. Let's go over it. His final mock. All 32 teams. We mentioned who the 49ers he thinks are picking. We're going to talk about it. So here we go. We're taking Daniel Jeremiah. Daniel Jeremiah has the 49ers taking interior offensive lineman Gray Zabel at 11. He says the 49ers offensive line needs an influx of young talent with Trent Williams approaching his age 37 season, Aaron Banks departing in free agency, and Brock Purdy getting set to sign massive extension. Zabel can step in and start at a guard at day one. That'd be crazy work. So here's his round one mock draft, all 32 picks. Let's read them. So he has number one going to Tennessee. What's going on with the lighting here? Oh, my God. There we go. He has Cam Ward, number one pick. He has Travis Hunter going number 2 to Cleveland. He has number 3, Abdul Carter going to the Giants. Number 4, he has Will Campbell, offensive tackle, going to the Patriots. He has Ashton Genty, running back, going to the Jacksonville Jaguars. That's a surprise to me. Although a lot of people are starting to say that the Jaguars are picking up steam on picking up Ashton Genty. He has number 6. He has the Raiders taking Kelvin Banks Jr. Kelvin Banks Jr., offensive tackle. He has the Jets taking Armand Membu, offensive tackle. He has the Carolina Panthers taking Mason Graham, defensive tackle. Yeah, that would be smart if the Panthers are sitting there at 8 and Mason Graham slides. Yeah, you take him. He has the Saints taking Michael Williams. He has the Bears taking Tyler Warren, tight end, and he has the 49ers taking Gray Zabel, offensive. He says offensive tackle on the draft little picture. He's a guard. He's an interior offensive line. If they pick Gray Zabel, I mean, unless they kick him out at guard at tackle, but I mean, why would you take an FBS guy who plays guard and then change his position in the NFL? To me, that's absolutely crazy. I don't know, man. Dallas, he has him picking Teteroa McMillan. That'd be a fantastic pick. He has the Broncos at 13 taking Colston Loveland. He has the Colts at 14 taking Edge Shamar Stewart. He has the Falcons at 15 taking Jalen Walker. He has the Cardinals taking Amika Egbuka, wide receiver. He has the Bengals taking edge rusher Donovan Izuruwaku. Yeah, they need some defense. He has the Giants at 18 taking Jackson Dart. Wow, he has, and that would mean they're taking Dart over Stewart. He has the Buccaneers at 19 taking wide receiver Matthew Golden. He has the Dolphins at 20 taking Malachi Starks. It looks like he's made a few trades here. He has at 21 the Pittsburgh Steelers taking Shedeur Sanders. 22, he has the Chargers taking Travion Henderson, running back. 23, he has Maxwell Harrison, cornerback for the Packers. At 24, he has Derek Harmon, defensive tackle for the Vikings. At 25, he has guard Tyler Booker to the Texans. 26, he has the Rams taking Omarion Hampton, running back. Ooh, that would be crazy. Defensive tackle Kenneth Grant going to the Ravens. 28, he has Donovan Jackson, offensive tackle, going to the Lions. Oh, wow, this is a steal. At 29, the Washington Commanders, he has selecting Jahdae Barron, cornerback. He has at number 30, the Buffalo Bills taking cornerback Trey Amos. At 31, he has the Chiefs taking offensive tackle Josh Connerly Jr. Yeah, I think that the Chiefs take a tackle myself as well. At 32, he has the Philadelphia Eagles selecting linebacker Jihad Campbell at 32. Walter Nolan not picked in the first round. He has the 49ers taking Gray Zabel. Oh, at 43, I would love it too, Leon. At 11, I hate it. I hate it because there's a better blue chip prospect sitting there. All those players we just read after 11, Niners would pass on. It's criminal to me. I would take Gray Zabel in the second round at 43. 100% agree with you. If you take Gray Zabel at 11, his fan base is coming for his skin neck, man. We'll see how it goes tomorrow. One more sleep, my boy Peter Parker. Deb says the dumbest mock yet. JD Durham says stupid. I don't do mock drafts anymore. It's just all stupid. That's a miss. And with that, we'll call it a night. I'm going to get ready to watch Warriors basketball in a little bit. Got a little bit of paperwork to do. Let's get ready for the draft, ladies and gentlemen. You guys have a blessed rest of your night. Have a great day tomorrow. Tune in. NFL draft. I'm excited. I know you guys are. I'm so damn excited. Unless they draft Gray Zabel. Don't do it. Now, if they draft him, I wish him nothing but success. Just don't do it. You guys have a blessed night. Make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you subscribe. All that good stuff. Will I be live again? I'll probably be live with Smitty. Well, it just depends on our schedules. We're both busy people during the draft, but I will try to orchestrate something. But you guys have a blessed night, man. I love you guys so much. Take care.